Hey everyone,
I'm Brooke.
and I'm Jenna, and we're the 2021 Young Animal Technicians.
Welcome back to the Grover Young Animal Development Center for the Dairy Academy.
To all the producers out there, are you Team Bucket or are you Team Bottle? I'm Team Bucket.
I'm Team Bottle.
I think she's wrong.
You think I'm wrong?
Yeah, a lot of producers would agree with me.
Serena, you have so much to learn. You know what? Let's get into it. Okay, Serena, enlighten me. Why is pail feeding more optimal than bottle feeding?
Well, to start, pails are a lot more convenient to feed with than bottles. They're easier to clean than a bottle, and I can feed more milk than a bottle.
Okay, valid points. However, with bottle feeding, it's more natural for the calf. They were designed to suckle from a teat. It slows down the passage rate drinking from a nipple. Milk will travel to the abomasum, not the rumen, and it increases saliva production. Research has also shown that it slows down the calf's heart rate and it also satisfies their suckling reflex.
Well, I guess we'll have to fight about it.
Bring it on. So as we can see, suckling from a bottle, this promotes a natural position for the calf, similar to Mother Nature. So, starting at the shoulders, you want to ensure that the neck is slanted downwards and that the eyes are level with the nose. This is going to ensure that the esophageal groove closes so that the milk will travel to the abomasum and bypass the rumen. You can also see suckling from a nipple promotes a lot of saliva production. And why do we care about this? Because it will actually help to break down fat and protein in the abomasum so that it's readily available to be digested when it travels to the GI tract.
Okay, so what about the producers, myself included, who don't want to wait around for the calf to finish drinking the bottle, so we cut a bigger hole in the end so the milk flows faster?
Okay, that's fair. If you're going to do that, then you may as well be feeding from a pail. Because if the hole is too big, then that's not going to slow the passage rate down, right? It'll do the opposite, and so milk will likely travel into the rumen. Not only that, but we also won't get the saliva production because the calf is not having to work hard for that meal. So, what we would recommend is to always replace your nipples and make sure that the hole, you don't want it to be too small that they will become exhausted and not finish their allotment of milk, but you don't want it to be too big. A good rule of thumb, if you tip the bottle upside down and if milk is flowing out, the hole is too big. This size is okay right now. Also keep in mind, the hole in the side here, you do want to poke through that so that it will relieve pressure in the bottle.
Interesting. Well, you've made some good points that are pro-bottle, but one that you can't argue with is volume. With feeding pails, we can feed more milk. So a producer that only feeds twice a day in a bottle is feeding at max 7 liters versus I can feed a lot more milk in a pail and not have to add that extra feeding. So a producer that wants to feed the same amount as someone who feeds with pails would have to add another feeding, which is just more labor and more time.
That is a good point. However, then we get into the complications of how much is too much milk in one feeding.
Another point for pails is cleanliness. It's easier to clean a pail and make sure that you're getting it clean in all the nooks and crannies compared to a bottle and a nipple.
Okay, that's fair. Honestly, I won't argue with you on that. It is not ideal to clean bottles, especially the inside, so it is important to remember, if you are using bottles, to rinse with warm water first, then use hot water, detergent, not dish soap, and acid once a week. Okay, Serena, so what I'm hearing is that it's more convenient for the producer to feed their calves with a pail.
Yes, but after our conversation today, it might be more convenient, but for the overall health of the calf, I think feeding bottles is better.
So you agree with me?
100%.
There we go. I knew she'd come around.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Dairy Academy.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And drop a comment below for any future topic ideas.
See you next time.